Hi guys. So I want to thank you so much for testing out Dirty Girl POLEtice. I just want to give you a few tips and suggestions on how to use it. I know I'm a bit of a visual learner myself, so I thought I'd make this video. So anyways, here's the new bottles for the POLEtice. They're super pretty. I can't wait to get them all labeled and everything. One thing you'll notice is because it's all natural, we don't have any suspending agents in it, meaning that the product itself will separate from the water. So if you get it and you see some water, maybe even a little bit of air, I don't know if you can see that or not, you'll see that in the middle it's probably going to be kind of thick, like a mud. And that's actually kind of how you want it. You want it thick. So before you use it, you do need to shake it. And I don't mean, you know, shake it like this, like you got a shake weight or something like that. Shake the crap out of it, and I want you to flick it really, really good, and just shake, 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 shake. Don't be gentle. Be rough. So that it gets nice and separated out. One thing you'll notice with the new bottles is these are airless bottles. That does not mean that it's completely void of air inside. What that means is it prevents new air from coming in and also prevents your fingers from getting in to prevent any bacteria in it, which happens in most things that are non-airless bottles. So what you will find sometimes is when you go to pump it that you might get an air bubble and you won't get something out. Just keep pumping, and sometimes it might squirt out at you. Just keep your hand kind of cupped like that, and so that it doesn't squirt back out you. So anyway, so here's the bottle, here's the lid, and the top here. And so you can see in mine, I haven't used it in a few days, so it's actually dry. Unlike lotion, you can use that. So just keep it in there and squirt it on your hands, give it a few pumps. And see, I've got some air in mine. So I'm going to keep pumping until I get the air out. There we go. So there it goes. So you want it somewhat thick. So you want about that much. Can you see? Not that much. So what you want to do is just take it and rub it on your hands. Give it a good rub all around. Don't forget, in between the fingers and the thumb, the top of your fingers, give it a nice good rub. Don't forget down slightly on your wrist too. That's going to help. And the outside here, you're going to feel it starting to get sticky. Keep your hands open while it's drying. I just kind of wave them around like this. What you're going to find is that it's going to turn white. Now, one of my testers, one of her students found that she apparently didn't want to wait for it to dry. So she put it on and then immediately put rubbing alcohol on it. It never turned white, which was kind of a surprise to me. And she also didn't rinse it off. So, but she really, really liked it. I am not going to put alcohol in my product because some people do not like rubbing alcohol, so I will leave that up to you if you want to do that or not. So as I'm drying, as you can see, my hands are turning white. See? Kind of white, kind of gross. Zombie-like. Yeah. You can see where it's still not quite dry yet, and you want it to dry. Now, the thicker you put this on, if you've got super sweaty hands, and say the product is just watery and you just shaked it as much as possible, shook it as much as possible, go ahead and take the top off. This little part right here, be very careful because the product's going to be all the way to the top. You can unscrew this and pour off some of the water, not all of it, just a little bit. Pour off a little bit of the water, wipe off the edge. Be sure not to put your fingers on the inside. Close it up, give it a couple of pumps to let that the rest of that air out, and you should be good to go. There we go. So as you can see, my hands are all gross and white now. So once they're all done being white, you just rinse them off, and before you pull. So don't do it after. So hold on, I'm going to rinse. Okay, so I'm rinsed. That's it. That's about how fast it took there. Oh, one thing, make sure that you wash your hands before you put it on with a non-moisturizing soap. And, sorry, I put my towel down. And then put this stuff on. So, as you can see, no white residue, all gone. If you find any more, just kind of flick it off. It's no big deal. you're going to find your hands are going to be really soft. So for me, I'm not a huge sweater. I do sweat sometimes, and when I do, I really like using it, but I don't sweat a ton. And so for me, it makes my hands really, really soft. I do suggest you put on some sort of lotion after you're done pulling, because this can make your hands fairly dry unless you've got like super sweaty, oily hands, then you'll probably be okay. So one thing about our new bottles also that I'm going to be offering, here in the Pacific Northwest, we're very ecologically friendly, I guess you could say, and one thing that was really important for me is to have a refillable bottle. So as you can see, the pump pushes up because it's airless. It doesn't have a tube that hangs down. It actually uses almost like a vacuum. So you're going to be able to see when you're at the end of your bottle here. When you're done with it, you can actually take the lid off, rinse it out, get a stick or something, and you'll be able to push that all the way down at the bottom. Give it a good wash it with some hot soapy water. I do suggest pouring some rubbing alcohol in it, running a couple of pumps through the rubbing alcohol, and then letting it air dry after that before you refill it. And I will have refill packs available that will be cheaper than buying an entire bottle, so that way we can prevent bottles from going into the landfill. So anyways, that's the bottle, and like I said, it's pretty easy to clean up. It has zero smell. I'm really sensitive to perfumes and chemicals, so that's why I came up with this. So like I said, if you can get some other grip aids on it. This is not technically a grip aid. It's just for sweating. Some people will find that it does give you a little bit of tack, especially my really sweaty girls. If you layer it with something, please let me know what you layer it with and how it worked for you. I'm really curious about the pole physics and the dew point, particularly on top of this. I don't have those two products, so I don't know how they work with it. So anyways, if you have dew point pole, or if you have the pole physics lotion, please try this and put that on probably directly after, maybe not the lotion, but the dew point. I'm very curious to see what it does. So we will have these available very soon. I just ordered my bottles, and they will be in tomorrow, and I'll be bringing them to PoleCon with me, and they will be available on the website hopefully in the next week or so. So that's it. If you have any questions, let me know.